Hey, so just a wee quick video of the day. I was thinking about something as I was pottering about, and this is just from different relationships that I have in my life. For somebody who started their kind of, I don't know, truth journey, I mean, the biggest point I think for me was 2009, but all through my life there was pockets of what is going on? What is this? Like, it didn't make sense. Nothing made sense. So, but you just kind of try and fit into that, you know. But sorry, I'm trying to get the sun out my glasses. What I wanted to talk about today basically was you could be the most woke person within your group of friends or within your family, and until they reach that level of awareness or that expansion of their consciousness, then they're not going to understand what you're even talking about. And actually, if anything, you could cause more distress. You know, it's all right to plant a seed. It's all right to talk about the stuff that you talk about, as long as there's no force with you trying to force that opinion on someone, because, you know, you're just going to get them digging their heels in, because that's what they see from their experiences or from their background or their upbringing, you know. And it's not all about, you know, there's an absolute reason why we wake at different times, and that's to be the support. We go through it, first of all, and we cognize it and we integrate it and we understand it and we have knowledge about it, so that we can then be like, this is what happens when they start waking up. You know, a lot of us in this truth movement have gone through our awakening when there was no groups, when there was no support network. We need to be that support network for those waking up. And yeah, they are going to wake up in droves, but a lot of them aren't. And, you know, it might take, I don't know, it might take a second wave to wake them up. They might never wake up. They might always wear their mask. And that's all right, because that is what their reality is. And who are we to judge how another person should live their life? If they want to stay plugged into that matrix, then that is absolutely their divine right. So I think we just have to kind of soften it a little bit. You know, it's about acceptance. It's about accepting that that's where they are and this is where we are. And if we can guide them and support them and, you know, not teach is the wrong word, you know, but because no, we are all on our own individual unique journeys, but we're all going to the same place. I mean, Earth is a planet for learning. You know, this is an experimental planet. This is like a nursery planet. We are here to master our manifestation skills, because look at what we've created from our words, thoughts, beliefs, experiences and emotions. Look at what we've created. Look at what we've allowed to happen through fear of our own sovereignty. But we're now coming back to that. You know, there's obviously been an energetic shift. I think 2000 started it. 2012 was a real catalyst. And we've now, you know, we're beginning, it's like the seed has started to crack, and more are awakening to their divinity. And, you know, but that also takes time, and people should be allowed to awaken in their own divine time. You know, so I wanted to touch on that, because I'm getting a lot of, oh, well, I said to them this and nobody's listening to that, and why are they no? And it's like, but why are you doing that? How can you not just let them do that, you know? I think up in Scotland here, definitely we're a wee bit more conservative. They're a wee bit more like, just stick your mask on, get along the road. What I have noticed is people, they're clearly not wearing it because they're fearful, because it's in their pocket, it's down their chin, it's, do you know what I mean? Or they're wearing the same yin, or they've just got their bus mask. Do you know what I mean? Bus pass or their bus mask together. So that shows to me that that's just compliance. That's just compliance because somebody told them that they have to do that, without realising that a lot of these new regulations go against our human rights. So there's a Human Rights Act which is in place. I mean, even you have to look at the Nuremberg Code. I mean, that was designed to stop forced medical stuff happening. So it's all about, you know, getting that knowledge across, getting that information across. But it's not about how you get, it's not about the actual information, it's about the presentation of it. Because if you want to come across as, well, I know better than you and I'm going to teach you and you need to do this my way, well, that's not the right way either. Because we do have a definite divide with humanity. But to be honest with you, I don't think that's going to change overnight. I don't think, like, these marches that we're doing, I think 2020 is a year of planting big seeds of the Great Awakening, but I think it's still going to take time over the next couple of years for people to integrate this information. I mean, when I think about how long it took me to cognise all of the stuff that, I mean, all of the bad stuff took me a long time. And there was nobody to talk to then. You know, I didn't have anybody. I think I probably had one pal back in those days who actually, I mean, they listened to me, but 747 right over the head. Do you know what I mean? But then over the years, I got people coming back and saying, Kirsty, remember what you were talking about. Remember I used to know, Ken, what you were talking about. Well, I ken now what you're talking about. And that's great. But that took years, you know, and that took that person. You can't, I remember learning stuff that I thought I understood and then learning another angle of it. Once, you know, it was like a big later date. So that's what I'm kind of talking about. It's all right about them, you know, you think you understand something, but you don't know that you don't know it until you actually know it, you know. So I just be kind, you know, let's try and awaken more people, because my concern would be sending people recoiling, you know, people who are like, not, can't handle this, this isn't my time for this, you know. It might not be somebody's time for it, and who are we to decide when that time is? So I think we just need to be a little bit conscious of where others are on their journey. So, okay, see you later.